it is just one of those natural cause of action that if you are on a path that you think is working and you discover that, hey, further down the line, this thing is not working, change course. So, so when you can't stand here, when I'm lot, and say, because we're viewing the current policy framework in a different way now than the time when we were there. So it means we're not taking accountability. I think you're probably misreading this thing, the way I see it. But nevertheless, and I'm sure we are now convinced that we are not what you think we are. The question of the NDC, perhaps somebody will, TG, I would ask you to come in also on the question of just the financials as things stand, particularly because now somebody tells me that the national disciplinary process had taken place, and that report is forthcoming to this particular collective of the leadership. So, as and when we are ready to make an announcement with regards to that, we'll certainly do that. But at this stage, the process is underway, and there is a report that is forthcoming towards the national leadership. Comrade TG, please do come across.
Sanbonani and greetings. I think the former SG wanted to say he left us with a debt of 28 million. That's the mistake he made. From where we are sitting, comrades and colleagues, in terms of finance, we appointed Nduma Consulting Company that is qualified chartered accountants and auditors, so that we can have an independent view in terms of our finance before an AG comes in. That was done. Indeed, we do have some findings at any other auditing. Remember, the auditing, the purpose of auditing is for continuous improvement so that we can have proper system in place, particularly that we are the new party. We do have some findings that is more focused on our bookkeeping than really to say there's any form of corruption. And it needs to be highlighted that I did not actually to respond in such allegations. Chair was forcing me on a daily basis. I don't want to entertain allegations because the person that is coming with allegation was fully accountable for the Treasury's office for the past 5 months. Unless where I'm sitting, he did something, he was able to hide it very well. So from where we are sitting in terms of auditors, we have no any major findings that are there, but we do have areas where they are of concern for improvement for bookkeeping. Thank you.
I think that about closes it, unless if there's anything else, because we respond to everything. We're always ready. Yeah? Oh, the head of presidency was reminding me on the issue of the flag. I think I'd want him to respond, because this misconception about the flag and how it was, I mean, from the last time I checked, President Zuma didn't carry a flag in his bag when he flew to Morocco.
Yeah, thanks, spokesperson. I think we'll have to close on this thing of a flag at one stage. DERCO only responded yesterday after the National Executive Committee meeting of Kwagogo. We've been back from Morocco for almost 2 weeks. The only person who was making noise is the Secretary General of the 40% party. Now, we only answering because it seems like South Africans are concerned about their national symbol, not because DERCO is making noise, because DERCO has a responsibility to confront the USA, and they're not doing that. They're monitoring the movements of President Zuma. We've got a vessel from Russia, a BRICS partner, that can refresh in Cape Town. But people who are here in this country, illegal immigrants, are roaming the street every day. Now, South Africa is leaderless in the international community. President Zuma has taken it upon himself to fly the South African flag very high where it belongs to be. Now, so that we don't get asked these questions all the time, in the next 2 weeks, President Zuma is in Ghana. South African flag would fly there. Before the end of the year, President Zuma will be in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Countries that South African government does not have relations with because they are saying they took power through military actions. MK says they took power for revolutionary reason, therefore they must be supported. Now, when we go there, we are closing a vacuum in the continent. There's a vacuum. Now, when we go there, President Zuma is not representing his personal interest or a narrow MK party interest. It's an interest of the country. And the country has a symbol, which is a flag. So when we go into those countries that don't have a relationship with South Africa, the national flag will rise high, the MK party flag will be on the table. So we carry 2 flags. And we wish to encourage every South African as they travel throughout the world, artists, players, private citizens, to please carry the South African flag high. We need to close the space. That's all. I think we won't be talking much responding to DERCO about the flag. Our interest is not in DERCO. It's with the people of South Africa carrying the flag whenever they go, because the vacuum is too huge. President Zuma can't close it alone in the international space. Thank you.